Mike and Lelena finished practicing their Shakespeare dialogue and sat on the couch to talk. This is such a beautiful view of the Golden Gate Bridge from here, Mike. I agree. I see so many lovers in an embrace beneath the Golden Gate Bridge. I've so often imagined you and I in a love embrace beneath the Golden Gate Bridge. It's so wonderful to finally be with you. Sure is. By the Golden Gate Bridge, I can feel a beautiful glow in my heart that keeps me aware of our destined love. Do you want to go to Pancakes by the Bay tomorrow? Sure. The morning arrives and Mike and Lelena actually, go to Pancakes by the Bay for breakfast and coffee. They get their usual booth by the window. Let's look out the window and see what kind of body language is going on out there. Yeah. Mike and Lelena look out the window and see a man, a tall man, with long hair and sunglasses, walk past the other man. He shoves a package into the other man's coat pocket. The other man then proceeds to shove the same package into the coat pocket of a woman. The woman then smiles at the man and climbs into a Chevy Corvette, which proceeds to cruise off at high speeds into the San Francisco morning. What was that? I don't know. It kind of looks sinister. Would you like to get that in the play? I wonder what was in the package. I don't know. I hope it wasn't some top secret plans drawn up by aliens to take over the Earth. Come again. Wow, that's a wild speculation. Sometimes my imagination runs wild, Elena. I think about the possibility of aliens actually existing on other planets. I then think of possible ways that they might travel and assimilate into our society, convincing us that they are also Earthlings and they are actually aliens involved in some kind of conspiracy. Or that package could have been just been something that was ordered by somebody. In any event, I just want to know more about this. It just seems too suspicious to me. I can see from the body language there's something going on. I want to find out. How are you going to find out? I have a feeling they'll be back tomorrow. We'll come back tomorrow to Pancakes by the Bay and see. That would be good. Would you like to go back to your condominium to break some more William Shakespeare dialogue? Yeah. Michael and Elena went back to Mike's condominium to break some more William Shakespeare dialogue. Michael and Elena got up the next morning and went to Pancakes by the Bay for breakfast and coffee. They got their usual booth by the window. This is so suspicious to me, Lelena. I wonder what's in that package that people keep passing back and forth to each other. Your alien conspiracy theory seems very unlikely to me. I don't agree with you. You never know, Elena. Somebody that you think you've known for years might actually be an alien who was transmogrified into a human form. Some people may be the spawn of aliens and they aren't even aware of it themselves. Maybe someday an alien spaceship will come and take these alien spawn to their true homes on some distant planet, maybe in another galaxy. Let's get this straight, Mike. You actually have a theory that some people might actually be alien spawn and that possibly someday an alien spaceship is going to come and take them back to their native planets. That's my point exactly, Lelena. I look at this as a realistic possibility to be considered. We'll see. Look out the window, Elena. Do you see the woman pulling up in the Corvette? I see her. Look at that beautiful ass in that satiny dress that looks more like lingerie than it does a dress that you would wear in public. Are you lusting after her, Mike? Not at all, Elena. I'm your man. My lust is all for you. I was just noticing how luscious her ass looks in that satiny dress and feeling the sight of her. Well, we'll talk about that later. You are not to think about other women. Let's just see what she's up to. Look, she's passing off the package to another woman. They're kissing passionately. Now, she's walking off with a man who looks like her lover, a bisexual woman. That's a turn on. What are you, a porn star? I thought you were a romantic. Believe me, Lelena, I'm a romantic. You sure don't sound like a romantic. I am a romantic. All that beautifully romantic stuff you said about feeling an inner glow of preordained love beneath the Golden Gate Bridge was so wonderful, Mike. Now you give me some sleazy talk about at the side of a woman in the street. There are weird dichotomies in me, Lilena. As much as my libido is stimulated by the sight of sexy women, I am fully committed to you. I am a romantic. I've seen that. I'll see if that's true in the future. Look now, Elena. The woman that the package was passed off to is running off, and a whole bunch of other women are chasing her. I wonder what's going on. I hope we find out soon. Would you like to go back to your condominium and write William Shakespeare dialogue? Sure. Mike and Elena went back to Mike's condominium and writes William Shakespeare dialogue. Mike and Elena got up the next morning and went to Pancakes by the day for breakfast and coffee. They got their usual booth by the window, where they can observe people and interpret their behaviors. How are you enjoying the coffee this morning, Lelena? It's wonderful. I'm thinking about the package. I wonder what's in it. Whatever's in it, people seem to hold it to be of great importance. I have a theory that it could be plans drawn up by aliens who are in disguise here on planet Earth. Plans for the takeover of planet Earth. Here you go again with your alien conspiracy theory again. I certainly doubt that is accurate. It's probably just business documents or something. Then why are people so intrigued by it as if it was a crucial issue? People get upset at each other about little things. I'm going with my alien conspiracy theory. I seriously doubt it. Look, Lelena, there's a tall woman with long hair passing the package to another tall woman with long hair. I see it. All of a sudden, the woman to whom the package was passed to looks at Mike and Lelena with an intense fury for several minutes. She then proceeds to get in her Corvette and drive off into the San Francisco morning. I really want to know what is going on. So do I. Would you like to praise more William Shakespeare? Like, sure. Mike and Lelena praise more William Shakespeare dialogue. Mike and Lelena got up the next morning and went to Peggy's by the bay for breakfast and coffee. They got the usual table by the booth. It is so nice to be in love with you, Lelena. Just to be in your presence and behold you is so profoundly arousing to my soul that I feel a kind of light in my soul. that illuminates it from within, awakening it to the true meaning of beauty as epitomized by romantic love. Okay, I feel that way myself, Mike. Okay. Um, all of a sudden, a woman pulls up in a Corvette. This woman that Mike and Elena saw with the package yesterday. Do you see that? Yes, I see it. It's the one with the package. All of a sudden, the woman takes out the package. From out of the package, she pulls an object with a multi-dimensional shape that glimmers in the sunlight. For an instant, it seems as though another dimension has revealed itself. It was only shown for a few seconds, but in it, Mike and Lelena saw a landscape of the most beautiful colors and exotic shapes they have ever seen. They both felt their souls aroused by a keen awareness of hidden realities. Wow, that was amazing. It sure was. Suddenly, the woman got back in her Corvette and drove off. Would you like to go back and my kind of mini breaks and more William Shakespeare dialogue? Sure. Mike and Elena breaks some more William Shakespeare dialogue. Mike and Elena thoroughly enjoyed their performance of William Shakespeare dialogue. And talked into the evening. That was fascinating yesterday, wasn't it? Yeah, that multidimensional object that the woman in the Corvette pulled out was very intriguing. Oh, hi, Kevin Uglati. Okay. Now we know now that we know what it is that was in the package. Next, I want to know what the purpose of it is. So why? People seem to be guarding it and hiding it. They pass it back and forth to each other. We have some clues. Yes, we have some clues. What would people be passing back and forth to each other and hiding? We've seen that this object opens up in a dimension. We saw the beautiful colors and objects in that dimension. That can only be seen there. In that dimension, I only saw beauty. I saw only beauty. This world can be both beautiful and disturbingly hideous, but that dimension revealed itself to be entirely beautiful. Could it be some kind of utopia? That's interesting. I've often thought about utopia myself. I wonder if it is possible. Some kind of world of perfection where there's only physical beauty and kind human behavior. This world is far distant from that. I often wonder why this world can't be a place where people only experience joy, beauty, kindness, and pleasure. Because a lot of people are miserable. They have a jaded perspective. They are set in their ways. They see life as a series of hardships that must be endured rather than a series of transcendent experiences that can elevate the human soul and put them in touch with the type of love that illuminates their souls from within as an unearthly glow emanates from their bodies. They sure don't see it that way. But some people do see it that way, Lelena, such as you and I. We are idealists. We are idealists. I think that that's part of why we're in love. Do you want to go to Pancakes by the Bay tomorrow for breakfast and coffee? Sure. The next morning arrives, and the next morning arrived. And Michael and Lana went to Pancakes by the Bay for breakfast and coffee. They got their usual table. Mindy, their favorite waitress, waited on them. Good morning, Mike and Lelena. How does morning find you? Morning finds us in a very interesting situation, Mindy. Lelena and I are pondering the many deep questions we have found that the object that people have been passing back and forth to each other is an object that gives people a view into another dimension. It seems to be some kind of ideal dimension of love and beauty. That sure isn't what we experience here on every day on Earth. No, Mindy, it sure isn't. Um, I have to think that if that's not the goal of human existence, then what is? We should be trying to build a world like that. Humans have shown so much brilliance in a lot of things. I agree. Hey, look, it's that same woman in the Corvette. They look out the window and see the woman in the Corvette get out with another package, out of which she pulls another multidimensional object. This object is a gleam of darkness to it, and for an instant, they're able to see into a realm of hideous colors they've never seen, grotesque objects that they have never seen, that were being utilized by creatures they have never seen in the most bizarre fashion, disgusting rituals of sacrifice and sensations of ugly kind that massage the depths of the dark part of the human psyche. Wow, that was the opposite of what we saw through the other multidimensional object. We saw into a dimension of depravity inhabited by denizens of sinful delight. That was truly unusual. There's a certain allure to the dark side. I think that the key to an ideal human existence, after having seen that, is to understand how to integrate dark and light experiences into the human experience into a purely wonderful, life affirming whole that emphasizes the love of what it means to be human while experiencing love in all of its earthly and transcendent manifestations. I agree. Would you like to go back to my condominium of Riggs William Shakespeare dialogue? Sure. Michael the Lion, I went back to Mike's condominium of Riggs William Shakespeare dialogue. Here's an excerpt from it. Michael and Elena went to Pancakes by the Bay the next morning for pancakes and coffee. They got their usual table up at the window. What do you think of what we saw yesterday? It certainly was intriguing. We've now seen a multidimensional object that opens up a realm of beauty and a multidimensional object that opens up a realm of hideousness. Yeah, they seem to be trying to conceal both the multidimensional object that opens up a realm of beauty and the multidimensional object that opens up a realm of hideousness. Let's just order breakfast and talk about something else for now. That would be nice. Penelope, the waitress, takes her order. How can I help you? I'll have the Bayside griddle cakes with extra butter and some of your savory. Some of your strawberry maple syrup along with a cup of mountain morning coffee. Coming right up, Mike. What's it going to be for you, Lelena? I'll have the paradise pancakes and a cup of succulent coffee. I'll have that for you, people. By the way, Lelena, how is your writing project going for Coffee Lovers Monthly? It's going great. I find that if I have an idea, I find that I have an ability to write about coffee in a poetic way that expresses the way coffee is not only a beverage that brings an exquisite taste sensation to my mouth, but also connects my soul to the eternal realm of pleasure that transcends this earthly plane of existence. That was beautifully stated. All of a sudden, they look out the window and see the same woman of the Corvette pull up again. She gets out of the car. She seems to be hiding a new package. This package is also intriguing. From the near distance is heard another woman screaming, "Get her!" She's got the package. The woman gets back into the Corvette and drives off frantically. Wow, I wonder where she went to in her car. I wonder what's in the package. Maybe top secret plans drawn up by aliens interested in taking over planet Earth. I'm sure we'll find out soon. Would you like back to my condominium breaks more William Shakespeare? Sure. Mike and Lilana went back to Mike's condominium breaks more William Shakespeare dialect. Here's the next one. I'm going to go back and get my William Shakespeare dialect book. Okay, Romeo and Juliet. Okay, this is Romeo and Juliet. Let's see. Just trying to find the page that it's on. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay. Act 2, Scene 2, Capulet's Orchard. Enter Romeo. He jests at scars that never felt the wound. Enter Juliet above at the window. But soft. What light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief, that thou her maid art more fair than she? Be not her maid, since she is envious. Her vestal livery is but sick and green, none but fools do wear it. Cast it off. Is my lady, or is my love? Oh, that she knew she were. She speaks as she says nothing. What of that? Her eye discourses, I will answer it. I am too bold. 'Tis not to me she speaks. To the fairest stars in all of heaven having treated her, to the fair stars and all the heaven having some business there, do entreat her eyes till they twinkle in their spheres till they return. What if her eyes were there, they in her head? The brightness of her cheek would shame those stars as daylight doth a lamp. Her eyes in heaven would through the airy regions stream so bright that birds would sing and think it were not night. See how she leans her cheek upon her hand? Oh, that were a glove upon her hand, on that hand, that I might touch that cheek. She speaks, so speak again, bright angel, for thou art as glorious to this night being over my head as is a winged messenger of heaven unto the white upturned wondering eyes of mortals that fall back to gaze on him when he bestrides the lazy pacing clouds and sails upon the bosom of the air. Oh, swear not by the moon, the inconstant moon, who's already that monthly changes in her circle orb, lest that thy love prove likewise variable. What shall I swear by? Do not swear at all if thou wilt. Swear by thy gracious self, which is the God of my head, which I cannot believe thee. Well, do not swear. Although I join thee, I have no joy in this contract tonight. It is too rash, too unadvised, too sudden, too like the lightning which has ceased to be, ere one can say, light and sweet good night. This bud of love with surface orbiting breath might prove a beauteous flower when next we meet. Good night, good night. As sweet repose and rest, come my heart is that with. Oh, wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied? What satisfaction canst thou have tonight? The exchange of the exchange of thy love's faithful vow for mine. I gave thee mine, thou, before thou didst request it. And yet, wouldst thou withdraw? For what purpose, love? But to be frank, to give it thee again, I had a wish for the thing I had. My bounty is as boundless as the sea. My love is deep, for the more I give thee, the more I have for both our friends. I hear some noise within. Now good nurse, sweet language. Oh, blessed, blessed night. I'm blessed being in the dissolves is but a dream, too flattering, sweet to be substantial. Let's see. I'm gonna go right to the end of this play now. Give me that mattock and the wrenching iron. Hold, take this letter early in the morning. See thou delivered to my father. Give me the light upon thy life. I charge thee, whatever thou hearest or seest, stand all aloof, and do not interrupt me in my course. Why I descend into this bed of death is partly to behold my lady's face, but chiefly to take thee thence from her dead finger a precious ring, a ring that I must use in dear employment. Thus hence be gone. But if thou jealous dost return to pride what I farther shall intend to do, by heaven I will tear thee joint by joint, and strew this hungry churchyard with thy limbs. The time and my intents are savage wild, more fierce and more inexorable than empty tigers in a roaring sea. This leather doth make good the friar's words, their course of love, the tidings of her death, and here he writes that he did by poison of a poor apothecary. There Apollo came with his wealth to die and lie with Juliet. Where be these enemies, Capulet Montague? See what a scourge is laid upon your head, that heaven finds means to kill your joys with love, and I, for winking your discourse who have less abrasive kinsmen, all are punished. Oh, brother Montague, give me thy hand. This is my daughter Georgia, for no more can I admit, but I can give you thee more, for I will raise her statue in pure gold, that whilst Verona, that name is known, there shall no figure at such rate be set that is that of true and faithful Juliet. As rich shall Romeo by his lady's lie, pour sacrifices of our enmity. A gloaming peace this morning with it brings, the sun for sorrow will not show his head. Go hence, I have more talk of these sad things. Some shall be pardoned, and some punished. For never was a story more woe than this of Juliet and Romeo.